Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to pay tribute to Donna Jean Godchow, who just passed away on November 2nd at the age of 78. She was a member of the Grateful Dead from late 1971 to early 1979, along with her husband, Keith. Keith was actually in the band a couple months earlier. There's a whole fascinating story about how they got into the band. I did a video on that over on Modern Rock Talk that you can look up. I'll actually put it on the end screen of this video in case you're curious. We're looking at a video today from the Beat Club while they were on their Europe 72 tour. The Europe tour consisted of 22 dates throughout Northern Europe and happened between April 7 and I think May 22nd or 26th. So it was a big deal. And there is some video from their time there. The Beat Club has some, but for the most part, it's just the audio that survives. It was really well recorded for 1972, so that's good. All the shows are worthwhile. Today we're going to look at a song that was kind of a signature song for Donna and Bob Weir. It was Bob Weir's song, and it already existed when she came into the band, but she just added backing vocal for it that kind of gave it a gospel-y flavor and changed it up a little bit. And so we're watching Playing in the Band. This is 12 minutes long, and I believe there's a false start. So this is one of those few times where we can actually see the Grateful Dead trying to take something seriously, you know, trying to get a halfway decent recording on video of them performing. This is long before there are archival releases or before they feel like it would be okay to put stuff out that has mistakes on it. Like that whole concept hadn't really dawned on anybody yet. They're still a little bit like, don't let it out. So Donna's here, and we'll be able to see her in action.
I'm just looking forward to seeing this because I don't know a lot about the Dead. I've never been to a Dead show. I really wish I had been.
So with that in mind, why don't we go ahead and take a look at this and see what we think.
Okay.
Donna, where's Donna? Come on, we're gonna do Playing in the Band again. See if we can get a decent one.
That was Jerry talking up front. Mm-hmm. He is not known for talking, but back then he did do some talking. Mm. There she is. Mm-hmm. Some of you might recognize the backdrop as being a Beat Club backdrop. There's Bob.
You mean like the blue screen?
Right. And Jerry's playing a Strat called Alligator.
Cool. Old Alligator.
This is the 600,000 watt clear channel Voice of Treason. And
cool guitar Bob's got there.
Yeah.
Looks like a hollow body, something or another. Gibson something or other. Maybe a 355 or something. Who knows? Yeah.
Like the tie-dye on the amp speakers.
Yeah.
we can start.
They look good. See, like, the Dead never do that. They never stop a song to start it over.
Yeah. Oh, they're recording this too.
It speaks to their general anxiety, I think, or at least Bob's. Again, though, it didn't last.
5, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Some folks trust a reason, others trust a mind. I don't trust nothing.
Well, what did you think, Adrian?
Oh, rocking the happy vibe of the Dead.
Yeah. Good stuff, right?
Yeah. I like the tie-dye on the speakers, the whole setup and everything.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that.
Yeah. I like the way the song kind of moves along, takes you to different places.
Yeah, it's good for that. It's a good vehicle for going on a little journey. And that's what they used it for. That's one of their second set pieces. The way it works with the Grateful Dead is they always play 2 sets, or generally speaking, maybe 3, but, let's just say for the sake of argument, it's usually 2 sets. Set 1 is usually shorter pieces, that are kind of contained and don't have a ton of jamming. And then towards the end of the first set, maybe they'll do a jam song to, head out and then go, okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. Then they come back and they do these journey songs. These songs where they're set up specifically for them to be able to stretch out for as long as they want and make music. And that's one of those. But it's early in the time of them having this song. It came out on Bob Weir's first solo album, Ace, where basically the whole band backed him up. It was also on the previous Grateful Dead release, which was Grateful Dead. This is the one that they wanted to call Skull Bleep, but could not. So the record companies, the company's like, no. So they just called it Grateful Dead, which, okay, So it was a new song for them at that point. They hadn't really stretched it out too long at this, maybe about 10 minutes or so. Later on, even in 1972, it got a lot longer. Sometimes they would stick a song in between. They'd make a sandwich, they'd call it. You'd start with playing in the band, go into something else for a while, maybe Dark Star or whatever, maybe, and then back to playing in the jam to end it, and people loved that.
Friend of the Devil comes to mind. I've heard something like a 10 or 12 minute version of that song.
Yeah, that would be
longer.
That's one of those first set songs usually. Yeah, it's one of those that's kind of contained. And they started playing it really slow after a few years. And then it got long.
Live performance.
Yeah, but there's plenty of stuff. There's Scarlet Begonias and The Fire on the Mountain. There's you know what? I could sit here listing stuff all day long. Forget it. But it's worth it, though.
They do a lot of stuff. They do a lot of songs.
Yep. If you ever just want to bounce around shows, you can go to a website called relisten.net. Just the way I said it, relisten.net. And you'll get the entire Grateful Dead, whatever tapes exist for every show they ever did, you can find there. And then you can listen. You can even listen online. It's set up nicely for you to be able to do that. So anybody that wants to check into it, the Grateful Dead were different every year of their career, of their 30-year career. One of my favorite years is 1972, to be sure. I also love 1969 and 1970 and 1971. Those are kind of my favorites right there. But there's lots of other great stuff. May of 77, fantastic month. The thing that got to me as I was watching this is I came to realize there's only 2 people left that were on that stage who are still living today, who are still with us. That would be Bill Kreutzmann, who was on the drums, and Bob Weir, lead singer, rhythm guitar player. And for those wondering where Mickey was, he left the band for a couple of years at one point. There's a whole story there. His father came in to manage the band and stole a bunch of money from the band, and Mickey was so embarrassed and felt so terrible that he left the band for like 4 years over it. So he was gone during this time. One nice thing is you have one drummer, so it's a little easier to turn a corner. You don't have as many people to negotiate with, but still, it was unfortunate. They made the best of it and made some really good music during that time. But generally speaking, Donna was pretty comfortable at this point, and so was her husband. I thought the stuff he was doing was great. I love this, the whole. That whole thing with the song, just it really invites piano playing, especially if you're adventurous. He was a bit of a jazzy piano player. Like, he also had classical training, but he was much more interested in doing what he was doing with the Dead. Everybody was pretty functional. Everything was going pretty well with the band at this point. So this is a good time to check out a clip, if you can. Well, do you have any other thoughts, Adrian?
Relisten.net.
Yeah.
Donna in particular, I hadn't heard much of her, to tell you the truth, because of the. I've only listened to a few of the albums. I try to listen to some of the shows, whatever I might have.
Really, the way to listen is live, especially if she can hear herself, because apparently during some of the time she was with the band, she just couldn't hear over the band. And, monitoring was not what it is today. And so occasionally she would be off key. That's what she gets the most criticism for from various listeners who maybe don't know that. But she also started her career by singing background vocals on Elvis songs like Suspicious Minds and on Percy Sledge's massive hit, When a Man Loves a Woman. She's one of those backing vocalists. So she had a whole career before the Dead and was like, I got to go to California. I'll see you later. and left, because this was Muscle Shoals was the studio she was in, and that's in Alabama, I think. So she really risked it all and still wound up in a pretty interesting band and had a good time. She said those are the best years of her life in a lot of ways. Yes, so rest in peace, rest in power to Donna Jean. And folks, why don't you let us know what you thought of this? Those of you that are familiar with the Dead, I'm sure you know the song, but give your thoughts. And if you saw Donna live, by all means, tell me about that. She did play with Dead and Company for a couple of dates in 2016 at Fenway Park. So that was cool. And a few other dates in 2016, I believe. I thought that was a really cool thing that she was able to join them for a bit. It kind of would have been nice if she was on more than just a little bit, like if she'd showed up in the band regularly. But you know what? You never know how these decisions happen or what's going on. I'm just happy that we got what we got. So yes, give your thoughts, give your recollections. If you want to leave other suggestions for us below, please do so. Okay. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining us today. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.